Hey guys, we're here to make this week's cocktail. This week's cocktail is called the Arcades Project. The reason for that is that it is a Boulevardier variant. So Boulevardier is a Negroni with whiskey. The word is for like a French person who walks about town and is fancy. The other word for that is flaneur. And the book, The Arcades Project by Walter Benjamin, who's a literary theorist, is all about this concept of the flaneur. And as I have recently finally gotten my graduate degree that I finished 20 years ago, it's complicated. I decided to go with a really pretentious name for this drink. So it could have been worse, and I will explain why. So this is a whiskey drink. It is an herbal whiskey drink, and we're going to be using Great Jones bourbon by a New York City distillery, which is why this drink could have been called the Buddy Wonderlick, but Google it. Great Jones is the first Manhattan distillery since Prohibition. They are using all New York State wheat, and then they're aging in oak barrels. They make a really nice whiskey. I am going to try two different versions of this. So I'm going to try the one that I'm leaning towards, and I might alter it. But we're going to use, so that's our base, is the Great Jones bourbon. And then we're going to use the Cocchi Americano. So Cocchi Americano is closer to the original Lillet recipe than current Lillet. So I also have Lillet on hand. This recipe, by the way, it's a variation on a drink called the Brown Bomber from PDT in New York. So that's where I got it from. The base recipe was from the PDT cookbook, and they call for Lillet Blanc. I'm going to try initially using the Cocchi Americano. This is a little more herbal than the Lillet. It might end up being too much. And then our big herbal element is Suze. And Suze is a gentian herbal liqueur. So gentian is like this beautiful purple flower, and this the Suze liqueur like macerates that for a long time in a grain-based liquor, and then adds a whole bunch of other herbals to it. It's just a really nice, weird liqueur. So this one is going to go in a rocks glass. So I've got my rocks glass. I got my shaker with ice. Got my measuring glass. So let's do this. So, a Negroni, the base recipe for a Negroni is 1 to 1 to 1 gin, Campari, vermouth. But I always alter that anyways. I always sort of bring the base liquor up. But this one is going to go 2 full ounces of bourbon. So we'll start with that. And then we're going to do 3/4 of an ounce of the Cocchi. The Cocchi Americano. This is a sort of vermouth-y liqueur, if you're not familiar. And then this is the sort of sub for the Campari. This is our big herbal component. And we're going to go really light on that because this is serious stuff. We're going to go just short of a 1/2 ounce on that. And because this is all liquor, there's no citrus, this is going to be a mixer or a stir drink. Lillet Blanc, by the way, is the special component in the James Bond, the Vesper Martini. And there is some question about what it actually would have tasted like, because I think Fleming would have had, Ian Fleming, the author, would have been thinking of something closer to the Cocchi Americano, and then of course when it comes up again in Casino Royale, Lillet Blanc has a very different recipe. I know you didn't come here for like stuff about James Bond and also cocktails, but so we're gonna stir that about 20 times, and then we're gonna pour it over fresh ice. I'm excited about this drink. I'm gonna give it one. There we go. I'm gonna give it one more little stir to balance the ice out in the glass. I over-iced the glass slightly, and that's on me. And let's see how we did. Yeah, that's just what I wanted from that. Okay, great. Um, it's actually pretty light. Much like Boulevardier, the Lillet, the vermouth y component, really like brightens up the bourbon. And then the Suze is a nice like herbal end note to it. So this is gonna be a sipper. It's all booze, so watch yourself. And yeah, you're gonna want to pour it over ice, give it a couple stirs, and it'll be on your porch tomorrow. And someone upstairs is singing my song. So I'll see you guys soon.